Hey guys, this is CyberKnight8610, and I have another deck profile for you guys. But first off, before we go on with the deck profile, I gotta say one thing really quickly. This deck is just for fun. This is not, to go out and win the big nationals tournament or anything like that. So I can't stress that enough. This is the Arcana Force deck profile, so it's just for fun. I really like the Arcana Force cards. I've always really liked them. The artwork, to me, has always been just really interesting, and the concept of them has always been interesting. So, I wanted to make just kind of a for fun deck around these guys, and this is, kind of competitive. It's as competitive, I think, as Arcana Force can be, because as my viewers have pointed out too, it's hard for an Arcana Force deck to be really competitive anyway, because they're based on luck, really. So that's why you have to have certain cards to make sure that it's not always about luck. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to go through them. And yay, sleeves actually fit the cards. Alright, 2 Arcana Force the World. Probably the best Arcana Force monster. Really awesome. I got the ultimate versions. They're pretty cheap now, which is pretty nice. But the artwork on this guy's amazing. He's probably one of my favorite artworks of a monster. So yeah. Awesome card. You can make it even skip your opponent's next turn. That's just an evil card if you can use it right. There's also just decks built around him, which I was tempted to do, just a simple world lock deck, but I was like, you know what, let's make it all Arcana Force. 2 Archlord Kristya. Really awesome card, since all the Arcana Force, I believe everything in this deck that I'm using are fairy type monsters. So yeah, it just really comes in handy. It kind of gives you the extra option, kind of a, because Kristya is a just really good card, and, might as well try it out. Alright, and now we have 3 Arcana Force 3, the Empress. Pretty awesome card. It comes in handy with the other Arcana Force monsters. Helps me get out and storm the field a little faster, and yeah, pretty awesome. I think it's pretty much a staple. Arcana Force, I'm not sure if that's 4 or 5. I did not, no, that's not 5, or, let's see, what is it? 4 or 6. I'm not really good with my Roman numerals, so forgive me for that. The Emperor, I think I was actually sick the day at school whenever we had Roman numerals, believe it or not. That's a fun fact right there. So yeah, anyway, the Emperor, it's really interesting card. I guess more the beat stick card. It's a lot of work, though. The only reason I'm running 2 instead of 3, it seems like a lot of work just to get a 1900 attack monster. Granted, it does help the other monsters. It's just kind of a, I don't really, and of course, if I get its bad effects, then it will just absolutely destroy me. So I really don't need 3 of that card in the deck, but it's just kind of seems like more of a tech choice these days. And let's see. 3 Arcana Force the Fool. Arcana Force 0, I guess, the Fool. Pretty awesome card. It's kind of like a Marshmallon or any of those others, kind of stall cards, Spirit Reaper, whatever. And so yeah, it's kind of just good to have the stall. It helps me out to get some cards to use for Tribute, and it's just really neat. Always like the artwork on him too. He just looks crazy. He's probably actually one of the best Arcana Force monsters, and yet he's called the Fool, which is kind of ironic. Marshmallon, it's sort of like the Fool reason, it's to stall, help me get a few monsters out there, because Arcana Force aren't known too much for their strength, although granted the world is pretty much a powerhouse. But really though, it's kind of good to have some stall cards out there, especially if I happen to get really unlucky and I always get the bad effect. So yeah. And let's see, 2 Chariot. Pretty awesome card. Not bad attack. 1,700, which isn't too bad. Plus, he's like a mini Yugioh Guardian with his effects, where he can take over your opponent's monsters. There's a lot of different things you could use with that. And yeah, that's just pretty awesome card. I like the artwork on it too. They always look really neat. I don't know if anyone else feels the same way about the Arcana Force, but I don't know. The artwork just really looks amazing to me. I guess the main powerhouse of the deck is Arcana Force EX, the Dark Ruler. The Dark Ruler is, in my opinion, better than the Light Ruler. He looks better, too. I don't really think you're going to be able to summon this guy too easily. Out of the tests I've ran, it's not too easy to bring this guy out, of course. It's just mainly because I kind of just wanted the card in there. To be honest on it, I just really wanted to use that card. And if you do bring it out, it's going to be really awesome. 4,000 attack, 4,000 defense, pretty evil. Honest, of course. You gotta have honest. And these are just 2 I just wanted to try out because I needed a little bit more power. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. I think it's Tethys. the Goddess of Light. So yeah, forgive me if I'm mispronouncing that, but it's more of a powerhouse card. It helps me with draw power, and if anything, that I've learned from dueling a lot with all the different decks that I'm doing deck profiles over, is that draw power is always key. And it's no different with this deck. So yeah, that helps with a little bit of the draw power. So yeah, I believe everything was fairy musters, so of course that comes in handy, of course, with these, I think that's how you pronounce it. And so yeah. Now for the spells. Valhalla, Hall of the Fallen. Good grief, tongue twister. Anyway, pretty awesome. It comes in handy, of course. If anyone knows, of course, you use this card if you have any type of fairies. Use a lot of fairy monsters in a deck. You gotta use that card. It's just an instant staple. And yeah. See, 2 Pot of Duality, draw power. I feel like I've been running that card in like every deck, which you kind of have to, it seems like, lately. It's just an all-around good, consistent card for draw power, of course. So yeah. 3 Light Barrier. Another thing that's been kind of funny about all the deck profiles I've been running is I feel like every deck I'm using right now, and I think that's true, except for maybe 1 or 2, are using field spells, which probably isn't the best idea these days, because everyone always tells me in the comments too, oh no, MST will destroy you, oh no, Heavy Storm, when really it's not that big of a deal, because with most of the decks I'm running, I usually have the ways to prevent things like that happening, or I can just go, heck, I got another field spell to take its place, or use its effect when I need it and just destroy my opponent before they get the chance to bring in all that kind of destruction. So that's kind of the main goal that I used to get around it for now. Terraforming, of course, I'm just kind of using it on there because it helps me get that field spell, because that field spell does help a lot. Second coin toss, I'm using 2 of them, that's just kind of a tech choice, I don't know. It helps a little. Just, sometimes it didn't work out. It's mainly, I think, my luck, though. Heavy Storm, staples, Dark Hole, Monster Reborn. I'm trying out 2 Solidarity. Like I said, a lot of fairy monsters in this, so it kind of gives my monsters a little bit of a more power and make this kind of a beatdown type of deck. So yeah. 2 Reversal of Fate. We're going to trap cards now. Awesome card. Helps me switch the effects on my Arcana Force monsters, which is awesome. Torrential Tribute. Solemn Judgement. Basically my solo mornings until I get solo mornings. No, not really though. Dark Bribe's pretty awesome right now in this format. It comes in handy. Whenever Solo Morning comes out in the next 10, they might be replaced with that. But for now, Dark Bribe's pretty good if you don't have the money for Solo Morning, because I think, even though the reprint has been announced, they're still pretty high from what I can tell, and I'm not one of those people to spend $90 or whatever on a card, or however much it is now. I'm sure it's not that much cheaper yet. So yeah, always look for the cheaper version on that too. And Dark Bribe's still pretty good. And of course, Mirror Force. I always have to say that, because it rhymes. So yeah, and I do have an extra deck for this. There are some level 4s in this deck, so why not use XZs, right? 3 Utopia, and 3 Wind-Up Zenmaister. I'm just going to use those for now. I don't have Roach either, so don't ask. Roach is really overhyped anyway, but still. Yeah, like I said, this is more of a fun deck, so yeah, don't be too critical on it, of course. It's a lot of fun. If you're like me and you really enjoy the Arcana Force monsters, then yeah. And also, it's more fun, in my opinion, to see people on YouTube that do more original deck profiles as well, because that's what I'm trying to do with this. Not always have the, 6 Samurais, Fairy OTK, or whatever. I mean, there's like 1,000 different ones that you see over and over. Something with Tengu. I mean, Tengu's in every deck. Tour guide. You gotta have some originality. You gotta have something that's fun, different, and yeah, this is a pretty cool deck. A lot of fun, like I said. Please try it out if you want, and any ways to make it better, please tell me in the comments. I will also have the deck list in the description. I know you guys hopefully are enjoying seeing the deck lists in the description. Please tell me if you're enjoying that, and I will continue to do that. Also, please tell me what you think of the thumbnails. I've been working hard to try to make it where the thumbnails look a little prettier. I don't know if anyone's noticed. And please tell me in the comments what you think about those. I think it looks nicer and more professional, but I would still want to hear what your opinions are. Also, I will have more deck profiles this week. Let's see, we got Dragoonity, Inca Salvage, Wakimeru, let's see, I'm trying to think of ones I haven't shown yet, and Natria. So yeah, I believe that's 4 more, unless I miscounted. I can't count today, probably. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and please subscribe. Bye, guys! Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed my latest video. For more great videos over Yu-Gi-Oh!, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Also, be sure to check out the description to see my Facebook account, and also see my website, cybernite.com, for the latest Yu-Gi-Oh! news. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.